as a family, we have become much bigger now, right? There's so many more people who are helping us drive the growth engine, right? But when it comes to us interacting, right, it's still the same. The way it was back in 2010, right? It's on the face. It's brutal, it's blunt, but it's honest. That small office in Koramangala with 20 odd people, right? That's all it was. To many offices today, so many people. It's been an amazing journey. I've done a whole bunch of things, and I always keep telling my colleagues and friends and members of the team that I think I've done everything, apart from maybe not creating products and working with the tech team. From distributing flyers, to meeting parents, to selling to parents, to taking workshops, to sessions, to managing teams, to setting up teams, to handling businesses. It's a long list, right? A long list. Maybe the everyday lunches which we used to have with Sir, Mrinal, Vinay, Praveen, Divya, come to work, have breakfast, then work, have lunch, then work, then again maybe plan on food. And Sir always has this strange love for food. He would always take us to those places where the food would be superb, right? All types of cuisines, and we would love those conversations, those discussions, right? So yeah. My journey started off back in college when I was a student, and I remember having a chat with Mrinal, and he told me that, why don't you become the student coordinator for the Manipal batch back then. And I was like, okay, coordinator means like, that wow moment back in college. I never planned of getting into EdTech. I mean, back then it was BYJU'S classes. I mean, I remember my father coming and asking me that, you've actually joined a coaching institute as a full-time job. I mean, are you joking? Send me your offer letter. What does the offer letter talk about? What is this company's name? It was really difficult for me, to convince my parents that, okay, let me do this. And they were like, okay, fine, you do this for 1 year. And then we'll see. And then rest, of course, was history. I still remember the first time when we launched the BYJU'S app in 2015. And I remember, flying down to Bangalore to meet parents and to talk about this whole concept of BYJU'S app and learning inside a tablet, right? People would just not be able to connect to the name. They'd be like, what is this BYJU'S? So we're like, okay, it's not BYJU'S, it's BYJU'S. So what is this? Is this an acronym, or is it a name, or who is this? I just happened to be part of a family function last week, and an old gentleman came and asked me that, where do you work? And I'm like, I work for BYJU'S. He's like, I've seen it. And yeah, I've seen it on the Indian jersey. Is that the same company, right? So think of it as a 70-year-old man coming and telling me that, I've seen it on the Indian jersey, right? That kind of tells you where the brand has come in. I've been fortunate enough to be involved in a lot of new initiatives. Some of it have worked, some of it has failed, some of it did not take the shape the way we expected it to be. But again, that's the fun of BYJU'S, right? And I always keep telling my colleagues, my teammates that's what makes working at BYJU'S different, right? Because you get that opportunity to try out things, and you try out things at laser fast speed, right? I mean, you decide today, we want to see action tomorrow. So 10 years back also, if we decided that, okay, I have to go to NIT Surathkal and open up a CAT training program in 1 week, we would do that. Even today, if we decide that we have to open up one new business unit within a vertical, we would do that. The more and more experience you gain, the more and more exposure you gain, the more and more systems you create, the more and more systems you evolve, help you understand about what you need to deliver, right? When you see failures, that helps you evolve as a leader, right? That helps you become someone who is compassionate towards the idea of failure. I mean, as a leader, people look up to me, right? So I have to ensure that I am able to give them directions in all situations, good or bad. Giving directions to someone who is good and doing good is very easy, right? But giving directions to someone who is good but not able to do good is the actual challenge. As a family, we have become much bigger now, right? There's so many more people who are helping us drive the growth engine, right? But when it comes to us interacting, right, it's still the same. The way it was back in 2010, right? It's on the face. It's brutal, it's blunt, but it's honest. If you ask me, I can actually get up at 1 o'clock in the night, and if I'm in trouble, I can call any one of them without even having a single thought. It might be that, before calling my parents, I might call one of them, right? If I'm in a soup, I might do that. And that's how our relationship is. It's very close. It's more like, as sir always says, it's like a family, right? It actually is. Try to keep it simple. Don't think about what you would do 10 years down the line. I never thought about it. Keep very small goals, right? Small aspirations. Goals can be at a day, at a week, at a month. Don't think about what will happen 5 years down the line. Will I become a manager? Will I lead a team? Will I be learning skills which will help me? Definitely you will, right? Because in a vibrant organization like ours, where opportunity is abundant, right? And it's been the same the last 10 years, and I'm telling you, it's been the same the last 10 years. If we had a bunch of things to do in year 1, we have a larger bunch of things to do in year 10, and we might have many more things to do in year 15, year 20. Believe in them, believe in yourself, do the basics right. Things will fall in place.